morning, it's Bob Mason from FX Empire and welcome to another daily crypto tech review of Bitcoin, EOS, Ethereum and Ripple's XRP. It is Wednesday the 8th of July. Jumping straight in to look at Bitcoin against the dollar and the hourly candlestick, slightly bearish start to the day. Going to need to see Bitcoin break through 9290 pivot level to take a run at this first major resistance level sitting at 9367. Going to need to see support from the broader market to break out through to 9,300s and yesterday's high that was at 93.89. Failure to break through that pivot's going to bring this first major support level sitting at 91.89 into play. Barring an extended sell-off, should see Bitcoin avoid sub 9,100s. We've got the second major support level sitting at 91.11. Moving across to the daily candlesticks and the MACD. MACD's pointing to a possible bullish crossover to support Bitcoin on the day. Going to need to see that move through pivot, however. On the trend analysis, going to need to avoid that first major resistance level and pull back through to sub 9,000s. We've got 23.6% fib sitting at 8,900. First key support level sits at 88.55. Breakdown through there, as I've mentioned before, would bring this major support level at 86.20 into play. That would then deliver a bullish trend reversal. So break through the pivot and a run at 9,500 would then bring this first key resistance level sitting at 97.95 into play. That would break out through there, and you got 10,000s, and then this major resistance level at 10,398. So MACD's pointing to a possible bullish crossover. So avoid a move through that pivot will be key. Moving across to EOS against the dollar and the hourly candlestick. Bearish start to the day. Going to need to see EOS break through the pivot at 57.30 to support a run at the first major resistance level, so at 61.87. Going to need to see support from the broader market to break back through to 60 levels, however, and a breakout from yesterday's high that was at 63.08. Failure to break through the pivot is going to bring that first major support level sitting at 51.43 into play. Should see EOS avoid the second major support level that sits at 46.82. Moving across to the daily candlesticks and having a look at the MACD. MACD's pointing to a widening of the histogram, suggesting a bullish day ahead. We're going to need to see EOS break through that pivot, however, to support a breakout and a reversal of yesterday's loss. So key resistance level currently sits at 290. Breakout through there would bring 3.0 levels and that major resistance level at 311 into play to support that near-term bullish trend. Another reversal on the day could see sub 220s and that first and key support level at 2.19. Break down through there and you've got a bullish trend reversal. So I move through the pivot and the day's first major resistance level be needed to take a run at 290s. Looking at Ethereum against the dollar and the hourly candlestick. See another bearish start to the day for Ethereum. Going to need to see Ethereum break through the pivot to 239.30 to support a run at its first major resistance level. So it's 243.94. Support from the broader market to break out from yesterday's high, 243.82, and really through 240s. Failure to break through the pivot would bring that first major support level that sits at 234.67 into play. Should see Ethereum avoid sub 230s. Got the second major support level sitting at 229.98. Moving across to the daily candlesticks and the MACD. MACD's pointing to a possible bullish day ahead. Going to need to see Ethereum move through that pivot, however, to take a run at the first major resistance levels. And then on the trend analysis, that key resistance level sitting at 253, breakout through there, and the 23.6% fib at 257 will support that near-term bullish trend. Failure to break through that pivot could see sub 230s, and then this first key support level at 215 come into play, breakdown through there, and looking at sub 200s, and then the major support level at 176 that would then signal a bullish trend reversal. Looking at the EMAs, got a widening between the 50 and the 100 and 200 supporting that MACD, widening the histogram, suggesting a breakout, but going to need to break through that day's pivot level at 239.30. Jumping across to Ripple's XRP against the dollar and the hourly candlestick. Bearish start to the day. Ripple's XRP is going to need to move through that pivot at 1862 to support a run at the first major resistance level that's sitting at 1892. Going to need to see major support from the broader market for Ripple's XRP to break back through to 1890s. Phase break back through the pivot is going to bring this first major support level sitting at 1824 into play. Should see Ripple's XRP avoid sub 18s, barring extended sell-off. Got the second major support level sitting at 1794. Moving across to the daily candlesticks and the MACD for Ripple's XRP and the dollar. On the trend analysis, going to need to see Ripple's XRP avoid a pullback through to sub 18s and 1750, fall through 1750 when we got sub 17s and this major support level at 1690 that would then deliver a bullish trend reversal. MACD suggesting a bullish day ahead with the widening of the histogram, so a break through the pivot and the day's first major resistance level would then bring 1900s and then this first major resistance level at 2152 on the trend analysis to support that near-term bullish trend. Break through 2152, then you got 2357s needed. So move through the pivot on the day is going to be key. Looking at the EMAs, you got a slight widening from the 100 and the 200 for the 50, suggesting that the MACD might see a narrowing of that histogram. So that pivot level is going to be key for the day.